Last time, Ben was working in Venice and I was on my own, ready and determined for 6 weeks of boat work. As is our unpredictable lives, a lot more freelance work was sprung on me, and for the most part of summer 2023, I downed tools and off I went to work. Along with work that also took me to France, this summer was full of big milestone birthdays, weddings and many more unavoidable events, and being able to embrace so much, especially this summer, was really important to us. I had to fit in a mini holiday to visit Ben in Venice, because, well, why not? Amongst all the fun and games we were having, we managed to find some time to check out some needed sailing gear and headed to Wetsuit Outlet in Essex and had a hell of a lot of fun trying some kit on.
Can we get in? Is it too small? That's not camel toes.
We look matching.
What one we thought we went to bed? We got a discount. In my workstation, let's be careful what I do. Ellie is not afraid to put these embarrassing moments in the video. So I'm actually pretty chuffed with myself because I remember cutting all the fiberglass for this bilge hole before I left. So I was going to leave it for Ellie to do, and she also then got work, so then she couldn't do any work on the boat while I was away either. Absolutely fine, we're here now. And I've just come to, again, get ready to prep for the fiberglass thing, and I poured out all the fiberglass, and I very helpfully labelled all the pieces that I cut to go in. Maybe if I pretend that I'm doing it with someone else all the time, then I'll make my life a lot easier. I'm so chuffed with myself.
In this episode, we whiz through a very bitty autumn, but stay tuned until the end when we reveal some 2024 snippets.
Another lonely day on the boat today. Ellie started her new job today, so she is going to be probably away from the boat for a little while. She is working in London, so she is nearby. So she'll get the odd day here and there, and she'll be definitely editing all our videos in her spare time. So it's up for me for the next couple of weeks until I start my new job, when I'll be in the same position as her. But we've got to get as much done as we can. Being freelancers, it's very difficult to juggle work and life balance, and we originally committed to having a chunk of time to work on the boat over the summer. However, we've both been offered jobs that have just been too good to turn down, and because we love what we do, we know we'd regret not taking these opportunities when they're presented to us. The deadline we've made up ourselves is probably going to get pushed back about 6 months, but I know it's the right decision because we get to do the jobs that we love. But for now, I've got lots on my jobs list. It's going to be very bitty. I've got a few bits here and there. I just need to adapt some little bits, but I'll take you with me and we'll tick them off one by one. Yesterday I managed to get some fiberglass into the deep bilge. What I'm trying to do is just to give it a nice smooth surface because it was extremely rough, so that we can paint it and then we've got a nice place for our bilge pump to sit. My plan with that now is to give it a good sand and a clean, and then we'll get the primer on it. Now we're going to move on to the flooring. Now, I'm not happy with the side pieces. I think I might have touched on this before, but they don't go all the way to the hull. I could probably get away with it because they are going to get tabbed to the hull. I could put a bigger sheet of fiberglass down and it would be perfectly fine for what we want it to, but you know, if we're going to do the job, do it properly. So I'm going to put the old pieces in. I'm going to do a much better job at scribing the shape of that to the hull, and then I'm going to take them to the workshop where I will be able to cut them out and then template those onto some new ply. Then I can bring them down and then cut the lines in, and hopefully it'll be much better. So once they're done, once they're finished, I'll be able to tab those to the hull, and that's a really important step because that means we can start building the furniture in the saloon. And I'm really excited to get the bed in here so we can really see some progress going on. They both fit in absolutely perfect first time with no adjustments needed, which is absolutely wonderful because I know that would have been a ball ache, but look how close that is now. It's a bit of a win this is, I didn't really expect that to happen, so happy days. So, loosened the knee off. As expected, that knee is completely rotten and it is almost wet to touch. We're gonna need a new one of these. Right, so I think I've got everything here that I need to cover the chain plate hole, and the secret lies in this box. What have we got? Surely not. Pie tins. So my plan is to drill a small hole in here, put a coach bolt through, put a backing plate on it, and then put some butyl tape around the bottom of this, and that should put a nice watertight seal to stop the boat leaking. Tonight will be a true test because it's going to rain so hard. So this is what I've come up with. This is our little chain plate hole hat. This bolt will come down through the deck, through the hole of the chain plate, and then we've got these square backing plates that will come up to where the original backing plate was, and then a washer, then a nut, and then that should pull it nice and tight. I'll put butyl tape around the base of the tin, and then when that bolt gets tightened, that'll pull it right into the deck with a nice layer of butyl tape, preventing any water from getting in, hopefully. Okay, the knee is off. I'm going to leave this side in place. This gives us the exact position of the angle and where the knee needs to be. So we're going to leave this here. I'm going to clean out all this side. There's just water just dripping everywhere. That's just been sat in there forever, and it's completely rotted out the knee. As you can see, that is just that hasn't been dry in 50 years. So I'm going to measure this. I'm basically going to swap it out like for like. So what I'll do on this side is completely clear all this out, grind it away, put the knee back on, screw it into here, re-glass this side, put nice thick layers of glass on this side, and then unscrew this, cut this out, and then do the same this side, and then the knee will be in exactly the same position and the chain plate can go back on. I did have a little oopsie. As I was trying to cut the knee off, I came up through here thinking this was the fiberglass for the knee. It wasn't, it was the deck, so I put a hole in the deck. It's only a little one, it's a thin one. I'll fill it with thickened epoxy and grind it out and put a little bit of glass over the top, and it will be fine. It's just annoying. I really wish I hadn't done that.
So Ben's picked me up from the station and we've come to the boat because it's raining, and today Ben made a big hole in the boat. So he wants to make sure that what he's made to stop water going in is working. So he's just climbed up and I'm waiting to see whether he's dropping the car keys to me in order for me to go home and make dinner, and him to fix the hole he made in the boat, or whether it's all fine. Let's see what happens. Do I get keys or do I get a pen? Yay! Oh, thank God for that.
Ooh, dry as a bone.
Okay, I haven't been on the boat in a couple of days. I've had some other things going on work-wise, so I've had to deal with that. But I'm back on today. We have had an awful lot of rain the last couple of days, and since I intentionally put a hole in the deck and then accidentally put a hole in the deck, I have been slightly nervous that the water will get in. Now, we've always had a leak coming through the old deck extraction for the old holding tank, which had a slight drip. Now, I think that's what the cause. I came in once and there was a little pooling water in the bilge, and I think that's where it came from. So I did a little experiment and I tied an old prawn cracker bag to it with some blue roll just to see if that's where it came from. And this is what I walked in on today. Down here, this is where the water was pooling. You can see a little stain where I've cleaned it up. And then this is the holding tank deck fill. As you can see, that's absolutely full of water. So this is actually fantastic news. This just means that I know where the leak is, there's no other leaks, and this is a really easy fix. All I need is another pie dish. We're not having a holding tank in here anymore, so what I'm gonna do is remove that cap and fill that hole anyway, but for now it's just gonna be another pie dish. Oh, hello. Me. Mama. Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper. Unique New York. Okay, so after the successful prawn cracker bag test, I think it's time to remove that cover and cover it with the good old pie dish just to make sure we get no more leaks. Let's fill that hole. Let's plug that gap. Let's stop this leak. I've just been chipping away at some jobs. It doesn't feel like I've achieved a lot. It's taken a very long time to do these small jobs, but it's really important to get these ones out of the way so that we can actually move on and achieve the big jobs. Once I've chipped away at all these little ones, we can start building the saloon back, building the galley back. And that's where I want to get to ASAP.
Now, remember when we spoke about our timeline?
With the jobs that we're working at the moment, we have to go away for 3 or 4 months at a time, so we don't actually get to work on the boat. We're right end of December now. We're ramping up work again around this time. I finish work in 2 weeks' time, and then I'm going to be on the boat full time for at least 3 months.
And now the wait is over. Like Ben said, we're now about to head into the new year with the end of this episode. And it currently being February, we thought we'd show you what 2024 has looked like for us and what's to come in the next few episodes. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that alert button so you never miss an episode.